1897, the German liner SS Kaiser Wilhelm de Groza became the largest and fastest ship in the world. With a speed of 22 knots, she captured the Blue Ribbon from Cunard Line's Campania and Lucania. And as a quote-unquote response to the Kaiser-class ships, Cunard built two massive ocean liners that can surpass them in size and speed. These two ocean liners will be named R.M.S Lusitania and R.M.S Mauretania, aka the beloved Cunarder. R.M.S inferior to Lusitania in almost every way. Moving on, with a little help with the British government, they could finally, or Cunard could finally plan out the design and construction of Lusitania and Mauretania under the condition that they could be used as merchant cruisers in an event of a war. In 1906, Mauretania was launched by the Duchies of Luxembourg. I don't know what that is. At the time of her launch, she was the largest moving structure ever built and slightly larger in gross tonnage than Lusitania. The main visual differences between Mauretania and Lusitania were that Mauretania was 5 feet longer and had different vents. The reason why Mauretania is a little bit longer is because the Lusitania had a more square stern and Mauretania had a more rounded stern. Mauretania also had 2 extra stages of turbine blades in her forward turbines, making her slightly faster than Lusitania. Mauretania and Lusitania were the only ships with direct drive steam turbines to hold the Blue Ribbon. In later ships, reduction geared turbines were mainly used. Mauretania's usage of the steam turbine was the largest application yet of the then new technology developed by Charles Algernon Parsons. During speed trials, these engines caused significant vibrations in high speeds. In response, Mauretania received strengthening members aft and redesigned propellers before entering service, which reduced vibration. The vibration during the speed trials were so bad that the captain ordered the ship to be slowed. When asked why, it's because that he was being shooken off of his bridge. Mauretania was designed to suit Edwardian taste. The ship's interior was designed by architect Harold Peto. Now, moving on from interior and design, let's head to early career. Mauretania departed Liverpool on her maiden voyage on the 16th of November 1907 under the command of John Pitchard, and on the return voyage 38th of November to 5th of December 1907 captured the record for the fastest eastbound crossing of the Atlantic with an average speed of 23.69 knots. On the 23rd of December 1907, Mauretania was again at New York City when she had a little bit of an accident between 2 barges and a few tugboats. So yeah, she got damaged. When Titanic eventually and inevitably sank, Lusitania and Mauretania would be equipped with 6 more clinker-built wooden lifeboats under davits, making the total of 22 boats rigged in davits. The rest of their lifeboat accommodations were supplemented with 26 collapsible lifeboats, 18 stored directly beneath the regular lifeboats, and 8 on the afterdeck. The collapsibles were built with hollow wooden bottoms and canvas sides and needed assembly in the event that they had to be used. After Great Britain declared war on Germany on the 4th of August 1914, Mauretania made a dash for safety in Halifax, Nova Scotia, arriving on the 6th of August. Shortly after, she and Aquitania were requested by the British government to become armed merchant cruisers, but her huge size and massive fuel consumption made them unsuitable for the duty, and they were resumed to their civilian service on the 11th of August. Later, due to lack of passengers crossing the Atlantic, Mauretania was laid up in Liverpool until the 7th of May 1915. At that time, Lusitania was sunk by a German U-boat. During around this time, R.M.S Mauretania transported troops to go to the Gallipoli campaign, and she also got a dazzle paint scheme with it. She also served for a brief while as a hospital ship. After the war, Mauretania returned to civilian service on the 21st of September 1919. Her busy sailing schedule prevented her from having an extensive overhaul scheduled in 1920. However, in 1921, Cunard removed her from service when fire broke out on E-deck and decided to overhaul the ship. She returned to the Tyne shipyard where she was built, where her boilers were converted to oil. This improved her speed but still did not return her to her former glory of the fastest ship in the Atlantic. The reason why for this is because her engines were pushed so hard during the war just to avoid the danger of U-boats. She also lost her speed record by the German liner Bremen. With a mix of the Great Depression and newer competitors in the Atlantic run, Mauretania became a dedicated cruise ship, running 6-day cruises from New York to Pier 21 in Halifax, Nova Scotia. When Cunard became Cunard White Star, the decision was made to scrap the R.M.S Mauretania. Many loved the aging ocean liner, including the President Franklin D. Roosevelt, who wrote a private letter against the scrapping. But she was scrapped later that year beside her old rival R.M.S Olympic.